I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then, what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. But here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort who Pyramus presented in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass is no lie, fix it on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my minute comes. When him they spy, like wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated chogs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly. And at our stamp here, o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost in their fears, thus strong, make senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel catch, some sleeves from some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And in that moment, so it came to pass,
Titania winked.
Straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes, with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, by force she must be eyed.
Stand aside, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why do you rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe?
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. Hast thou slain Lysander in his sleep? Being more shoes and blood, and plunge in deep and kill me too. The sun was ne'er so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon the whole earth bored, and that the moon through the center creep, and thus displease her brother's noontide with Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Ow, dog! Ow, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Ah, for once, tell true, even for my sake. And durst thou look upon him being awake? And hast thou slain him sleeping? Oh, brave touch. A worm, an adder could do as much. An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get, therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while will I remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprism must enforced ensue some true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Through the wood goes swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, see thou find. All fancy sick as she, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bringest her here. I'll charm his eyes against thee do appear.
I go. Look how I go. Faster than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, struck with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When thy love thou dost espy, may she prove as glorious as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band. Helena is near at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one? This must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so bold in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth, you devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you shall nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to watch my love shall I compare thine eye. Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. That pure congealed, white high Taurus of snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
You would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise her parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and exhort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
Demetrius, thou art unkind. Be not so. For Hermia you love, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I give you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. Fair I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but has guessed wise sojourned. And now to Helen, it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know. Lest to thy peril thou abide dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of hearing makes. Therein it doth impair the seeing sense. It pays the hearing double recompense. Wrap on my eye, Lysander my ear, and beg thee lend me to thy sound. But why unkindly dost thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, which would not let him bide. Fair Helen, who more engilds the night than all the fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined, all three, to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? 'Tis all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both from one sampler sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like two double cherries seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem. So, with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the first like coats and heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, it is not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting out, by your consent? What? Though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I know not what you mean by this.
I do persever. Counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. Fare ye well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena.
Oh.
Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Wait, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I would lose for thee, to prove him false who says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to take all this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, no, sir. He will seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr! Vile thing, let loose! I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Wherefore have you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love! Out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair as I was. Since night you loved me, and since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, doubt. Be certain. Nothing true. 'Tis your best that I do hate thee and love Helen.
Juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from me?
Fine in faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made comparison between our statures, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And have you grown so high? Was I yet so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? How low am I? I am not yet so low that my nails can reach into my eyes!
I pray you, gentlemen, though you mock me, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she's something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower, I can
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsel, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself and he followed you. For love, I followed him. But if he had chid me hence, and threatened me to strike, spurn, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me gentle go, to Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no farther. Oh, let me go! You see how simple and how fond I am?
Why, get you gone! What is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Fear not, Helena. She'll not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but little and low! Why do you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus, of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious, and have a half that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt buy it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress! All of this is long of you! Nay, go not back!
I'll not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed! I know not what to say. Oh.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, Lord of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, in that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it did so sort, for this though jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest the lovers seek a place to fight. Therefore, hie, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin coverest thou anon, with dropping fog as dark as Akron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, that one comes not within the other's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and in this manner look'st thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with wooden legs and batty wings do creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eyes, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error by its power, and make his eyeballs roll with wanton sight. When next they wake, all this derision will seem a dream and fruitless vision. And when to Athens back the lovers wend, in league whose date till death shall never end. And whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen, and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eyes release from monstrous sight, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night-swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in floods or crossways of burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest day should look their shames upon, they willfully exile themselves from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. Oft with the morning's love have I made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even unto the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead you up and down. I am feared and failed in town, goblin lead them up and down, 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 down. Ah, here's one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Ah, come, recreant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me, and still dares me on. Yet, when I come when he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. And fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and avenge this spite.
Coward, why comes thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I'm here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy the steer, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine forth comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come, one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Ah, here she comes, first and sad. It is a knavish lad, best to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with dew and torn by briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can no longer keep pace with my desires. I'll rest here till break of day. Heavens shield my Lysander if they meet a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known in thy waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit me down on this flowery bed. While I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy smooth, sleek head, and kiss thy large, fair ears, my gentle joy.
Where is Peas Blossom?
Here I am.
Peas Blossom, scratch my head. And where is Mistress Cobweb?
Ready.
Good mistress, get your weapons in hand and go kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good mistress, bring me back the honey bag. Do not fret yourself much in the action, good mistress. But mistress, have a care the honey bag breaks not, for I would loathe you to be overflowed with the honey bag. Where is Mistress Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your knave, good mistress. Pray, leave your curtsy.
What's your will?
To help good Peas Blossom scratch, I must to the barber's, good mistress. For methinks I am marvelously hairy about the face. And if my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I've a reasonable ear for music. Let us have the tones and bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your dry oats. But methinks I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that will seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let not your people stir me, for I have an exposition sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle gently entwist, and the ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elms. Oh, how I love thee! how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For, meeting her of late behind the wood, where she was seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded the coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which on the buds was wont to swell, like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I, at my pleasure, had taunted her, and she in mild terms did beg my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which she straightway gave me, and her fairy sent, to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle pup, take this head from off this Athenian swain, that he, waking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents than of the fierce vexations of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's buds or Cupid's flower hath this force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I had? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies thy love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes doth loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Gentle pup, take off this head.
Oh.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
And now, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these lovers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There will the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Very lord, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, faster than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Soft, good Aegeus, what nymphs be these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. This Demetrius is. This Helena, old Nada's Helena. I wonder at their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rites of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Bid the huntsman wake them with his horn. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred be so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But now I do bethink me, for truly would I speak. And now I think it, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be free from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated me and you. You of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow. It seems to me now like the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith and virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed, ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food, but has in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting we shall set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Aegeus.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything is double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And he did bid us follow him to the temple.
Why then, we're awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I'll answer. My next is fair Pyramus.
Hi-ho. Pretty quince. Flute, bellows manner, snout. Starveling. God's my life. They've stolen heads and left me here asleep. Oh my.
I've had the most rare vision.
I've had a dream. Past the wits of any man to say what that dream was. We thought I was. There's not a man who could say what. Man is but an ass. He will go about to expound this dream. We thought I was. Oh.
Methought I had. But man is but a patched fool. If he will offer to say what we thought I had. I will
get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. I shall call it Bottoms. Dream. For it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of our play before the Duke. And peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.